The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Older Lundy, Koch, and Martino.
With many Tampa Bay families still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, our next guest is here to answer questions about filing deadlines, unresolved claims, and so much more. We're joined now by Anthony Orlando, property insurance attorney at Older Lundy, Koch, and Martino. Welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I know you've helped so many families deal with the headaches that have happened lately since those storms. What are some of the important deadlines that we still need to know about if we need to file claims for damage from Helene and Milton?
Okay, so we're coming up on that deadline pretty quick. It's 1 year to file a claim. So if you had Hurricane Helene or Milton damage, you have 1 year. So you're going to be about September 25th, 2025 or October 10th, 2025, depending on which one you filed. If it's a flood claim, it's a little bit differently. Flood just recently extended the proof of loss deadline. However, we're kind of past that at this point. So flood, if you've already submitted the claim and you want to go to a supplemental claim, you want to continue submitting documentation in support of your damages, you can still do so. But the best time to have submitted the claim for whether it's a hurricane claim or a flood claim was yesterday. So get on that right away. If you don't know if you have damage or not, call a third party to assess, but you want to get that submitted immediately.
Okay, along with the deadlines, what are some of the other big differences between these types of claims when it comes to flood or wind or actual hurricane damage?
Sure, so flood is going to be generally governed under FEMA, National Flood Insurance Program, and wind, hurricane is going to be under the private property insurer generally. Flood, a lot of people think that flood might be covered under their standard homeowners insurance. So flood is generally, I think the way that the National Flood Insurance Program defines it is overflow of tidal water or rapid accumulation of surface water from any source. So basically, if you have, let's say you live on Bayshore Boulevard and it flooded during Helene and it got into your garage, that's flood damage. Versus if your roof got damaged during Hurricane Milton, then you got a windstorm claim. Now, what we're seeing is carriers are purposely confusing the difference between the two, so that if you file a windstorm claim, they're saying, oh yeah, that's flood, and if it's flood claim, oh no, that's windstorm. So you kind of have to be very specific, document everything, and don't get trapped up in that.
Yeah, gosh, that does seem like that's the scapegoat out of it. But what are some of the other pitfalls that homeowners should know about and maybe try to avoid through this process?
So deadlines and proper documentation, especially when you're dealing with Helene and Milton, where we had back-to-back storms. If you're going to do any work whatsoever, save all your invoices, receipts. If you're going to start doing work to repair some of your damages, you want to take photos right before, take photos during, take photos after, because then you can show throughout the entire process. Otherwise, if you don't, they might say that they were prejudiced in their investigation if they didn't get to see before you repaired it. Another thing is if they send you a request for documentation or information, they might send you a letter that outlines, hey, send us this, this, and that. And if you don't have certain invoices or receipts or something specific to that document request, let them know that you don't have that rather than only sending what you have, because otherwise later on they're going to send you a letter saying, hey, we asked for this and you didn't send that. So if you tell them, hey, I don't have that, you're good, but otherwise they're going to try to catch you in a catch-22.
And I'm sure that if someone gets a settlement claim that they don't like, that's where you can also come in. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
For more information, you can visit olderlundylaw.com or call the number on your screen, 813-254-8998. We'll be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Older Lundy, Koch, and Martino.